Section 1. The 2024 Election Landscape. A national overview. As the 2024 election cycle heats up, national polls offer a glimpse into the potential outcome, albeit with the important caveat that campaigns are still in their early stages, and much can change between now and November. Current aggregates show a tight race, with both major party candidates polling within the margin of error. This suggests a deeply divided electorate, mirroring the political polarization that has come to define American politics in recent years. While national polls provide a broad overview, it's crucial to remember that the U.S. presidential election hinges on the Electoral College, making state-level dynamics paramount. Understanding the electoral map requires delving into individual states, particularly those considered battlegrounds, states where the outcome is uncertain and could swing either way. These battleground states often receive disproportionate attention from campaigns and media alike due to their potential to tip the electoral scales. In 2024, many of the usual suspects remain highly competitive, with demographics, local issues, and candidate strategies all playing a role in shaping the electoral landscape. While national polls provide a snapshot of the overall race, a granular analysis of key states offers a more nuanced understanding of the potential pathways to victory for each candidate. Factors such as voter turnout, demographic shifts, and the political leanings of specific regions within each state all contribute to the complexity of forecasting election outcomes. In the following sections, we'll delve into 4 such states, examining the unique dynamics at play and their potential impact on the 2024 election.
Section 2. Battleground states where elections are won and lost. Battleground states, often referred to as swing states, hold the key to winning the presidency. These are the states where the electorate is relatively evenly divided between Republicans and Democrats, making them highly competitive and susceptible to shifts in voter sentiment. Candidates and their campaigns pour enormous resources, time, money, and energy into winning over voters in these crucial states. The importance of battleground states stems from the Electoral College system, where a candidate doesn't necessarily need to win the popular vote to secure the presidency. Instead, victory hinges on winning a majority of electoral votes, which are allocated to states based on their representation in Congress. This system amplifies the significance of battleground states, as even a small shift in voter preference can translate into a significant electoral gain. In 2024, several states emerge as key battlegrounds, each with its own unique political landscape and potential to influence the election's outcome. These states often reflect the broader national political climate while also exhibiting their own internal divisions and voting patterns. Understanding the demographics, economic conditions, and local issues at play in each of these states is crucial to grasping the overall electoral map and the potential pathways to victory for each candidate.
Section 3. Texas. A tightrope walk for both parties. Texas, once a Republican stronghold, has emerged as a surprisingly tight race in the 2024 election, reflecting the state's evolving demographics and shifting political landscape. The influx of new residents, particularly in urban areas, has contributed to a more diverse electorate, chipping away at the traditional Republican dominance. Democrats see an opportunity to flip the state, while Republicans are fighting hard to maintain their grip on this crucial prize. For Trump, appealing to his base while also attracting moderate and independent voters is essential in Texas. He'll need to navigate the concerns of suburban voters, who have increasingly turned away from the Republican Party in recent years, while also maintaining enthusiasm among his core supporters. His focus on issues like border security and the economy will likely resonate with certain segments of the Texas electorate, but he'll need to avoid alienating moderate voters with his often divisive rhetoric. Biden, on the other hand, aims to capitalize on the state's changing demographics and appeal to a broader coalition of voters. His campaign is likely to focus on issues like healthcare, education, and economic opportunity, hoping to mobilize younger voters and minorities who have historically leaned Democratic. However, he'll need to overcome the perception of Democrats as being out of touch with the values of many Texans, particularly in rural areas. The outcome in Texas will likely hinge on voter turnout and the effectiveness of each candidate's ground game in mobilizing their respective bases.
Section 4. Florida, the Sunshine State's unpredictable political climate. Florida, known for its history of close elections and unpredictable political swings, remains a crucial battleground in 2024. The state's diverse demographics, large retiree population, and significant Hispanic population make it a microcosm of the nation's political complexities. Both candidates recognize the importance of winning Florida, with its 29 electoral votes often playing a decisive role in determining the presidency. Trump, who has a residence in Florida and considers it his home state, will likely focus on consolidating his support among older voters and white working-class communities. His message on issues like immigration, law and order, and economic nationalism is likely to resonate with his base in the state. However, he'll need to contend with potential dissatisfaction over his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly among older voters who are particularly vulnerable to the virus. Biden, meanwhile, will aim to mobilize the state's large Hispanic population, particularly Puerto Rican voters, who have historically leaned Democratic. His campaign is likely to focus on issues like healthcare, climate change, and economic inequality, hoping to appeal to younger voters and minorities. However, he'll need to overcome the perception of Democrats as being too liberal for many Florida voters, particularly in the northern part of the state, which shares cultural similarities with the Deep South. The outcome in Florida will likely depend on voter turnout, particularly among key demographic groups, and the candidates' ability to tailor their messages to the state's unique political landscape.